What's going on, all my Lucid Motors lovers? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. Now, we have to acknowledge something that is starting to resurface a little bit more, and this is actually something that me, Kevin, made a video about. Essentially, Lucid Motors could partner with Apple for their autonomous driving software, and that's something that we will talk about, as well as just go over everything you guys need to know heading into this trading week with Lucid Motors, because we may have not seen the short squeeze yet. We're seeing the short interest going absolutely insane at the current moment, and that is definitely something we should acknowledge. And then after all of that information, at the end of this video, we will go over my long position with Lucid Motors. So let's get into this video, guys. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel if you guys want more updates on Lucid Motors or any other stock that, or option for that case, that will make you guys a lot of money. As well as that, if you guys want access to all of my trades in real time, the link for that in the description, and the links to support the channel with links for brokerages for free stock. So besides all that, that is not important. Let's get into this video. So Lucid Motors on Friday had a great move, up 17.34%. in the after hours, dropping 0.92%. Considering the rally that we've seen, that was virtually nothing. So it does show a lot of strength that we still have not come down substantially in a after hours period in a very long time. And the trajectory of Lucid Motors has been pretty much straight to the moon, with ups and downs, but we are still trending much higher. As you guys do know, $55 was a highly debated level. A lot of people thought we would never reach this. I said it was possible. That's why we had this line set here for a resistance level, because we are starting to approach about $65 is where our peak is. So we are likely to see some resistance around this range. Now, I don't think the rally is over, and like we are going to talk about here in a second, the short squeeze may have not even happened yet, and that's going to be very important. But let's first off talk about the Apple rumors. So this week, and as we do know for a while now, Apple is heading into the EV sector, targeting a fully self-driving car by 2025. And a lot of people are calling this aggressive because they don't have much in development as far as the software is concerned for full self-driving. Now, if any company can do this, it's definitely Apple. But if they want something that is already off the ground, partnering with Lucid Motors is definitely not off the table. And this is something that has already been a rumor before. And as we know, one thing about rumors is half the time they're true, half the time they're not. So this is really 50-50, a shot in the dark. So by no means am I saying this is confirmed, none of that. Definitely a shot in the dark. But 6 months ago, I even made this video, CCIV and Lucid Motors partnership news, major gamma squeeze is here. Now, this was a rumor at the time, and I don't exactly remember, it was 6 months ago, exactly what was said. But even in Meet Kevin's video today, which you guys should definitely go check out, very easy to find, so we're not even going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Meet Kevin, type it in, Lucid Motors, and he basically slightly goes over, you know, something that Peter Rawlinson said around the time that I did make this video, that essentially he was talking about they would partner with a Silicon Valley company, a big company that needed some of their software or needed a help with their software, and kind of gave a wink when he was saying that. And a lot of people did contribute that to potentially partnering with Apple. So I'm not sure if you guys remember those rumors, but they could come back to light, and that could definitely send the stock much higher. And the news we got over the last week, it would make sense to partner with Lucid to some certain extent. I don't really think a partnership would fundamentally change much for Lucid or Apple, but it would definitely cause a lot of hype for both companies. And Lucid Motors, currently how it's been performing is nothing shy than just crazy. So I think it would be good overall. Like I said, nothing too fundamentally crazy. And as far as the technicals really are concerned, really watch this level at about $43.50, about $44 for support. We've just been on this sustained rally with high, low volume. It really hasn't cratered the stock too much. So I don't think anything really, I shouldn't say anything will, but I think you're going to need something significant to bring the stock down to these $30 levels, $35 levels. Really around $44, $45, you should get some support, get more buyers that do come in. It would not surprise me throughout the first couple of days of next week we do trade sideways, and it wouldn't surprise me if we do shoot past $65 at this current moment, make a move up to $100. Now, let's talk about the short interest and this whole short squeeze situation. So On Friday, we seen the short interest go absolutely insane. The short interest change for the day went up 20.03%. The current short interest of free float is estimated at 9.63%, and the exchange reported short interest data that we did get October 29th was 9.5%. So shorts have obviously not covered. The price action looks like shorts have covered, but the data is telling us that shorts have not covered. And if that's the case, they are on the borderline of seeing forced share recalls and being forced to cover on their short positions. Now, the share utilization is about 48.71%, so there is a decent amount of shares that still can be sold short, and the amount of shares that are sold short is about 55 million. So that is a considerable amount. If we have 55 million shares that needed to be bought, that would certainly send us up much higher. Now, free float out on loans, 7.32%, not too as important as this short interest estimate is 9.63%. That can't be possible, so we're just gonna disregard that. Now, let's briefly talk about the option chain for Lucid Motors. We have a lot of calls that are now deeper into the money, specifically at the $50 strike expiring this Friday, about 19,000 for open interest, 5,700, 1,900, 2,700, 6,900, 9,300. But we do see a slight drop off of contracts that are now not in the money, that are out of the money, about 1,600, 1,400, 2,500, and then a bigger one at 8,000 for the $60 strike. Now, I don't necessarily think the options are going to play a huge role in this move that we are going to see this week. I think just the options that are in the money, as long as they stay in the money, all of these having to be hedged for is going to be a substantial amount of buying that will have to happen on the overall market. But I just think there's a lot of FOMO buying in general. Now, like I said, if these Apple rumors do start to surface yet again, Lucid Motors could go crazy. Lucid Motors could approach $100 per share. Anything is currently on the table, especially when we are seeing this super high volume of some days over 200 million for volume. On Friday, we did only see 166 million for volume. So if we do see another substantial higher volume day, over 200 million or even over 300 million for volume, then you will see a bigger move to the upside. You guys got to remember though, do not get FOMO when you are playing Lucid Motors. Have a plan. I like to day trade this just because I have a lot of shares at way cheaper. So I'm not a fan of buying it at these prices. I think there's too much risk baked into it, and eventually what goes up will come down. So keep that in mind. I think it's a great day trade on strong days. We do tend to just see a continuous climb throughout the whole day. So I've definitely day traded this more times than I can count and made a lot of money off of that. But like I said, keep in mind, don't FOMO into this. You will have a chance to get this at a cheaper price. And like I was saying, for a good day trade, down 1% in the pre-market on Friday. When we opened the day, we were only up 0.26%. Once you can confirm that rally, the stock goes crazy, up 17.34%. You would have made a ton of money like I did and like we did with the buy and sell alerts back on Friday if you had traded this once you could confirm the momentum. Probably around 10 o'clock, you would have made a ton of money. Now, let's get into my position. My market value of $16,431, up about $10,000, up 155.27%. Average cost of $21.46 on 300 shares. Portfolio diversity of 34.40%. Now, what I have done, I actually rolled over February 2020, 2022, $42 calls, and I did have to sell these ones for almost the same price. I think I technically lost about $240. I sold the $42 calls for $645. So as long as Lucid Motors stays above or under $50 per share by May 20th, 2022, then I won't have to sell my shares and I'll make $400 by doing this. Now, I did initiate this trade at $1,620 per contract, and I don't think Lucid will be above $50 by May, just because I think we'll settle down probably in the $40-$45 range by then. It's definitely possible that I do get exercise on this and we'll have to sell my shares at $50 per share. If that happens, that's still over a 125% gain, and I won't argue with that. at all. I don't plan to sell my shares for a very, very, very long time. For a big reason, I don't want to pay taxes on all of that, but it is at the same time, I think there's a lot more growth ahead for Lucid Motors. And that's basically what you guys need to know heading into next week. Just be mindful. I don't like to hold options overnight with Lucid Motors just because of how much hype there is and how fast this could rally or go down at the same time. As well as that, just something else to point out is that a lot of Lucid Motors' current valuation, or this FOMO, is justified by Rivian's valuation. Now, I do have a put position on Rivian as well, so if you guys, I'm basically betting on by December 17th, Lucid and Rivian will come down. So that's basically my timeline on it. That's my thought. If Rivian is down substantially, Lucid is probably going to be down substantially. If Rivian is up, Lucid will be up as well. At least that is the trend that we have been following. So that is going to be all for this video. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, check out the links in the description. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you in the next video.